It's a uniformly accelerated motion. Like, I mean, so far we have covered something like which has a motion which is uniform with uniform speed. उस चीज का हमने ग्राफ बनाया था. Now what we are going to cover is a position time graph, distance time graph of a uniformly accelerated motion. अभी तक था. It was. Are you there? Are you able to listen to me? Like आवाज आ रही है? Okay. And is the screen also visible? Clear? I see some lag in your voice. Am I sounding like that also? I see a lag in your voice. Okay. Yeah, I heard that. So, are you, at least from my part, like you're able to listen? Okay. So, a uniformly accelerated motion looks something like, where with time, your distance varies not in equal, not equal values. जैसे अभी तक जो ग्राफ स्टडी किया था that had equal distances traveled in equal intervals of time, but it is not quite like that when you're talking about uniformly accelerated motion. So what is it then? तो उस केस में what we see is it is kind of different than that. So ऐसा होगा कि like when you are starting, you pretty much start at some point, with zero distance. With time, 1. With 2, it kind of changes to 4. So with 3, it changes to 9. With 4, it changes to something like, let's say, 16, 25, and so on. So what you see is that it is not traveling even though the interval of time is same, and this could have been multiples of 1 second also, like the time could still have been equal intervals here. We could have taken 0 second, 2 second, 4 second, 6, 8, 10, and likewise. But what we still don't see is that the distance traveled between two consecutive time positions or time intervals is not same. Like if you see, it is 1 unit here. 1 unit could be 1 meters. This could be seconds. And something here is actually 3, 5, 7, 9. So more like, a square numbers or something like that. You can see that these are almost like square numbers, but it doesn't always have to be like that. This could be half of these values also. Sometimes it may not appear that it is a straight square number values, but nevertheless, the pattern would be something similar. So if you draw something like this on a graph, what does it look like? So again, we draw what we call as x axis, which is the horizontal axis, and the y axis is the vertical axis. And on this x axis, we take time in seconds, of course, and distance on the y in meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Since we have taken up to 5 seconds, let's take 5. And this would change from 0 to 25. So let's take some values like over 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. And what we got to plot is that for each second, this is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, and 5 seconds. At the original time is equals to 0, the position of the object, it could be, I'll come to what this typically represents. ये इस तरीके का movement किस केस में होता है वो मैं बात करता हूँ आपसे. But it is more like, at 0 it is 0, at 1 it is 1, so 1 could be somewhere out here. So 0 it is a value here, at 1 it is a value here, at 2 it is a value which is 4, so over here, okay, and at 3 it is 9, so somewhat over here, so no, 1 0 2, yeah, so it would be a value 9 somewhere here. At 4 it is 16, so I can draw a horizontal line. So if I have to draw, I'm kind of taking horizontal line here and mapping it. Same way 16. So this is 16 and a vertical line from 4, or maybe a little off, so somewhere here. So that's the point here for 4, which represents a value 16, and for 5 it is somewhere here. And vertically, if you look at, it goes all the way up, straight up, and meets over here. And if you connect these all the points, you would think that it might also be a straight line. Let's try and see if they all fall on a straight line or not. So if you look at joining the 2 points here, the first 2 points, it's kind of making a line. If I may use a different color to see whether it's an actual line which can be drawn. So this is where the line is going, and you can clearly see that the remaining points are not. So even if you take the first and the third point, the kind of line which you would get would exclude the other points also. And pretty much like the same would happen if you draw a line passing through any other point in this situation. So what it actually tells us is the relation between the distance traveled and time taken in the case of a uniformly accelerated motion. Uniformly accelerated motion is like where your speed is changing at a equal rate. So like every second your speed is increasing by maybe a given units, from 5 to 10 it changes from in 5 seconds, so around 1 unit of speed change in 1 second might be happening. So under such circumstances, we call it as a uniformly accelerated motion. So the kind of graph which would come in this case is obtained by joining all the points with a freehand curve. Like it's called as a freehand curve, and it looks like an arc like this. Okay, so it's like an upward going arc like that, and there is a name for it even though it is not relevant at your level, but we call a curve like this as parabola, and it looks more like a bowl, something like this. A part of it looks like it, certainly it's not a complete bowl, you could say a part of the bowl. So somewhere like on the right hand side, if you can imagine that curve is almost like what you can see, or like in a cup. Somewhere the cups are also made like this, and there are a lot of other shapes which are drawn in this kind of a manner. So this is the case where your movement is uniformly accelerated. And let me tell you what practical scenarios are. You could possibly do this when you are pressing the pedal on a car. That is one way by which you could attain this movement. The other is when you kind of are like at the top of a building somewhere, let's say you are at the 10th floor or somewhere, and you are in your balcony, and you decide to drop a stone. Not that I recommend doing it, but let's see. If you drop the stone, the way this particular stone will travel downwards, the change in its position would be somewhat which would resemble this kind of a graph. Meaning which, that let's say if you drop this at t equals to 0, that means you're taking the starting point from there and you're measuring the distance going down. So even though we're kind of taking always things going up, but we can always measure distance going down from where you are. So it's possible that at the beginning you are at maybe whatever position. In 1 second, after t is equals to 1 second, it may have traveled just 1 meters, let's say from your building like over here. So that could be its position at t equals to 1 second. And at t equals to 2 seconds, it travels at a position which is, it is at a position which is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere out here. So that's the position at t equals to 2 seconds. And at 3, it is somewhere here. That's t is equals to 3. T equals to 4. It's even over here. So what you're seeing is that it is traveling unequal distances in every second. The difference from the first two, between the first 2 points is relatively small. Between the second and the third is a little bit bigger than the previous one, and that is still smaller than the distance between the two next points or the positions of the stone in the next, in the next second compared to t equals to 2 and so on. So what happens is that this particular stone is also accelerating. That means its speed is also increasing every second. That's why it is able to cover much larger distance in that particular second. And it's a different story why that is happening, because it is under the influence of gravity, like a big concept for grade 11 and 12. But understand that this is a classic case where a uniformly accelerated motion happens in nature, like, it does happen, right? Or if you decide to do something like, you're somewhere and you decide to throw a stone, okay? When you decide to throw a stone, even the way the stone would rise up in this case would be changing as per the same nature. Like you can understand this curve is pretty much like the way it is rising. This is rising up, but this is rising down. This is coming down. What is happening is in the first second, it is quite possible that you kind of are, in that second it travels a much larger distance, but in the next second it is traveling a little smaller distance. In the next one it is still traveling much smaller distance, and so on, till at some point it will not rise up, it will stop going upward, and then it starts to come down. And that case is again this movement, like accelerated movement. The way it will fall, it will be in a uniformly accelerated environment. With every second, the amount of distance it will travel vertically down would go on increasing. So if this is the distance, in the first second, it would travel maybe this much in the second and a little further vertically down, so that the nature actually looks like the same way as if you were to drop the stone from a tall building down. Up. Are you getting a hint of what we are trying to understand here. So this is where a uniformly accelerated movement, and as I told you, it is also the case where you can achieve it manually, like in a car, and you hit the pedal such that the distance can change in this fashion, and then also you can say that it is a uniformly accelerated movement, but it may not be as accurate. The movement under the influence of what we see over here is a perfect classic case of a uniform accelerated movement. Oftentimes it is asked, like when you throw a stone, draw the nature of the path. Like when you're throwing a stone, what kind of a graph or a path does the stone trace? So it always is like the stone rises up, goes all the way up to a maximum point. That's the maximum it would go, and beyond that it falls down, not vertically down, but following the similar path. So it's almost like a similar path to this, which it traces on the other side of that point, which is the highest point. Yeah. So everywhere it is kind of like a, as I was telling you, it is more like a parabolic path. So the same thing is happening over here. Does that make sense? Okay. So इसके ऊपर भी, like there might be a few questions which you could be asked, theoretical or interpretation of it. You could be given a graph like that. You could be asked to interpret it, whether it is a case of uniform velocity or uniform acceleration, or give a few points about it. So you could say that, as we can see, unequal intervals of distances are traveled in equal intervals of time. यानी बराबर time में the distance traveled is unequal. So it's a and since the nature of it is more like a curve, then we can be sure that this particular case is of a uniformly accelerated motion. जिसके classic examples are, if you drop a stone or if you throw a stone, that kind of are like some good examples of it, right? Okay, now let's move on to the next one, and that is about the next category of graph. अभी तक हमने distance time ही बात करी है. Distance time में भी uniform velocity और uniform acceleration दो cases देख लिए. अब जो next category of graph is more about velocity and time. तो यानी जहां पर डिस्टेंस है उस जगह पे वेलोसिटी हम प्लॉट करेंगे, और जहां टाइम है वहां टाइम ही रहेगा. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू सी नाउ. अब इसमें भी दो सिनेरियोज हैं. एक सिनेरियो होगा व्हेन यू हैव यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी. जैसे हमने डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ बनाया था जिसमें यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी वाला ग्राफ था, जिसके इसमें स्ट्रेट लाइन कर्व था. दैट वाज फॉर डिस्टेंस टाइम with uniform velocity, and the second one was uniform acceleration, which is just the one which we saw, uniform acceleration. तो इन्हीं दो के हम वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ भी देखेंगे. सो वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ व्हेन इट इज यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी, तो यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी का मतलब है वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट. यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी का मतलब ही यही कह रहा है कि द वेलोसिटी इज नॉट चेंजिंग विद टाइम. So when you have a scenario where your velocity is not changing in time, so it is almost like saying कि आपने cruise पे डाल दी गाड़ी. So that could be an example of a uniform velocity. या जैसे एक ट्रेन जा रही है, मेट्रो ट्रेन, which is going at a consistent speed of 40 kilometers per hour. या your राजधानी एक्सप्रेस is going at a consistent speed of 100 kilometers per hour. So they have, वहाँ पे they have controls by which they can, set the speed to a certain value, because the track is free. Metro का भी track almost it is free unless and until you slow down at the destination station. Unless that happens, otherwise the track is free. So you can maintain a particular speed. Even an aeroplane can do that pretty much for a long time. But it's not quite possible on the road, even though you can do it in bits. When you feel there is a stretch of the road which is empty or doesn't have much of a traffic, and you don't see much hindrances in your way, during that stretch you can still try and use a certain cruise control if you have in your car to maintain a consistent speed or uniform velocity, whatever you may want to call it, because we are still going in one direction. So uniform velocity is a graph much like, this is velocity, and as you can tell, what is the speed of unit of velocity? Meters per second, and this is in time in seconds. So a uniform velocity graph looks like, let's say 20 meters per second, and that is not changing with time. So at time is equals to 0, it is also 20 meters per second. At 1, it is also 2, 3, 4, and 5. This could change, like, at what interval you're measuring the speed can change. But you notice that the speed is still not changing. At even 1 second, it is still 20. At 2 seconds also, it is 20 meters per second. At 3, at 4, at 5 also. So when you see that the speed is not changing, this is the kind of graph. So what the useful point from it is that speed remains constant. Okay, so that's a useful observation from it. One more important thing about this particular graph is that if you look at that there is a certain section of, if you try and enclose any part of this graph in the form of a rectangle, let's say I'll have to rub these dotted lines now and draw one solid line. So this particular rectangle which you see over here has one of the side as the time and the other side as the speed, right? So opposite sides are going to be equal. So both of them are like 20 and 20 in this case, and this length and this length are also going to be the same. So under such circumstances, what you notice is that if you try and check this area out, like the area of the rectangle which is formed in this velocity time graph, with the uniform velocity like this, and with the time and velocity plotted on the two mutually vertical, perpendicular axis, gives you what we call as the distance traveled. Distance traveled can be found out from the graph itself by multiplying whatever is the speed times the time it took. So if you are given a graph like this, then the area of this rectangle actually represents the distance traveled, because ultimately the area is given by this into this for a rectangle, and this represents the time, and this vertical distance is actually representing the speed in this case. So speed into time gives you a measure of the distance traveled. तो अगर जैसे जैसे आप आगे जाते जाएंगे, you would be able to understand that you are traveling more distance, because the area which is going to be bounded by these two lines would increase. ये add हो जाएगा maybe in the 6th second or in the 7th second, यहाँ आ गए. So this area is going to increase. That means your distance is also going to increase at the same speed. So with time your distance is changing. right? So that's one useful bit of information. The other is इसके ऊपर I mean यही चीज़ें पूछी जा सकती हैं. As I told you, make an observation, draw a graph of with uniform speed, and find the area, or what does the area represent, and find the distance traveled in a graph. अगर ग्राफ दे दिया है तो आपको डिस्टेंस निकलवाएंगे, एंड दे विल आस्क यू हाउ मच इज द डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल्ड बिटवीन टू टाइम इंटरवल्स भी पूछ सकते हैं कि बिटवीन टाइम, इस टाइम और इस टाइम के बीच में कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया है. तो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यहां से ये रेक्टेंगल बना सकते हो ऐसा. So basically this part of it is what you would be finding the area of. तो यानी टाइम t is equals to 2 से t is equals to 4 में इस एरिया के बराबर आपने डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया है. So any of that can be usefully be found from this graph. The second bit is a little different. इसमें क्या है, आपकी स्पीड इज चेंजिंग एट ए यूनिफॉर्म रेट, या द मोशन इज एन एक्सेलरेटेड मोशन, बट द मोशन इज स्टिल ए यूनिफॉर्मली एक्सेलरेटेड मोशन. आपकी स्पीड एक रेट, कांस्टेंट रेट से चेंज हो रही है. तो इसका ग्राफ इज समवॉट, इफ यू लुक एट, तो इसके लिए आपका इसका जो डेटा इस तरीके से हो सकता है विद टाइम एंड स्पीड या वेलोसिटी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो आपके टाइम एंड वेलोसिटी का कोई चेंज नहीं था, सो देयर वाज नो पॉइंट ऑफ पुटिंग इट. सो आइडियली इट वाज टी एंड वेलोसिटी फॉर दिस अबव वुड हैव बीन 0, 1, 2, 3, सब पे 20 मीटर्स पर सेकेंड, 20 मीटर्स पर सेकेंड, 20 meters per second and 20 meters per second. That is what that, you know, that graph, or you could say the table for this movement or this motion would look like. जो इस केस में है, जिसके हम यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेटेड मूवमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, इसमें जो table of information could look like 0. You have a speed which is given in seconds, maybe like 20 meters per second. At t equals to 1, it is maybe 22 meters per second. At t equals to 2, it is 24. 3, it is 26. At 4, it is 28. At 5, it is 30. So what you can see is that the speed is increasing at a consistent rate with time. टाइम बराबर बराबर इंक्रीज होते होते स्पीड के अंदर भी चेंज बराबर ही है. 2 meters per second, 2 meters per second, 2 meters per second. Change is 2 meters per second every second. That's why we call it कि ये जो 2 meters per second square is the acceleration. तो जो इसका ग्राफ होता है that looks more like, you know, time versus velocity. And since it is starts at 20, so at 0 the speed is, let's say this is 5, तो इसकी वैल्यूज बना सकते हैं. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30, and at यहाँ भी interval 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can take uniform values on your graph sheet, and at the beginning it is 20, तो एक पॉइंट यहाँ आ गया. At 1 it is 22, so 22 और 25 के बीच में you will have 5 values. So at t equals to 1 you could plot something like this, you know, that could be the point. At t equals to 2 it would have been 24, so somewhere over here, let's say. So that's 1, and that would be 26. So 26 would be somewhat above this, so somewhere over here. And at 4 it would be 28, so 28 is halfway, more than half away. 28 somewhat here. and then at 5 it would be 30, so somewhere here. So now what we have is a set of few points, and if you connect them together, what you would notice is that again you get a straight line. कैसे? ये जो पॉइंट्स हैं, इन ये सारे के सारे पॉइंट्स एक स्ट्रेट लाइन पे हैं. अगर नहीं आ रहे दैट मीन्स योर ग्राफ इज इनकरेक्ट फॉर ए केस लाइक व्हाट वी हैव हियर. अभी तो मैंने फ्री हैंड बनाया तो इट इज अ लिटिल वेवर्ड एनीवेज, but still you can get a sense that pretty much all the points are lying on the same straight line. So this is the case where you see that from an initial speed, which is v original or v initial, it is moving up all the way to a value which is v final, which is this value in 5 seconds. तो ये जो increase हो रहा है, increase in the speed is happening in this 5 seconds, and the rate which is changing, the rate at which the speed is changing is consistent, because you can see when you're talking about a rate, and that rate is nothing but a slope. If you remember in the distance time graph, we said that when you have a uniform speed, the line is a straight line like that. So what was happening was equal distances were being traveled in equal amount of time. So that graph also was more like a straight line graph, like inclined at a slope, and the slope was giving the speed of that object. इस case में भी this is almost like a straight line here. इसमें जो slope है, that slope is actually telling you how much accelerated the object is. यानी कितना speed change हो रहा है in a given amount of time. And that would be same everywhere. किसी भी दो टाइम इंटरवल में आप इसका वर्टिकल राइज निकालो और हॉरिजॉन्टल कितना चेंज है, उसका रेशियो जो आप निकालोगे, that would still be the same. So that tells you that this is a case of uniform acceleration. It's a straight line. क्यों? क्योंकि जो चेंज इन स्पीड है, जैसे v फाइनल माइनस v इनिशियल, एनीवेयर, लाइक ये तो फाइनल और इनिशियल इनके बीच में निकाल के फॉर द एंटायर टाइम जो वैल्यू आएगी, वो ही वैल्यू हर जगह आएगी. लाइक इफ यू टेक द स्पीड चेंज फ्रॉम, मे बी इफ यू टेक सम पॉइंट्स a हियर एट b, c एंड d, तो आप दो कोई भी पॉइंट पकड़ लीजिए इसमें से A, B, C और D, उस पॉइंट पे जो भी स्पीड होगी उनका डिफरेंस करें. जैसे V ऑफ B में से V ऑफ A का सब्ट्रैक्ट करके एंड यू डिवाइड बाय द टाइम इंटरवल, जो इस केस में 1 ही है, राइट? सो दैट वैल्यू वुड बी द सेम एज जो यहाँ पे वैल्यू आएगी. अब इस केस में टाइम इंटरवल वुड बी 5 सेकेंड्स बिकॉज वी टॉकिंग अबाउट द एंटायर स्पेन. यहाँ पर टाइम इंटरवल वुड बी 1 सेकेंड बिकॉज वी टॉकिंग अबाउट 2 minus 1. तो ये जो इसको बोल सकते हैं इस केस में, ये B पॉइंट है, तो दिस कुड बी टेकन एज टाइम एट B एंड दिस कुड बी टाइम एट A. सो T ऑफ B माइनस T ऑफ A, ये वैल्यू फिक्स हो जाएगी फॉर एनी 2 पॉइंट्स विच यू कंसिडर ऑन दिस लाइन. तो हमेशा जब भी कोई यूनिफॉर्म चेंज की बात होती है, तो वो यूनिफॉर्म चेंज जो है उसका ग्राफ, अगर यूनिफॉर्म चेंज, उसका ग्राफ हमेशा एक स्ट्रेट लाइन इंक्लाइंड एट ए सर्टेन एंगल आपको मिलेगी. हॉरिजॉन्टल से एक एंगल पर वो लाइन होगी. अगर यूनिफॉर्म चेंज नहीं हो रहा है तो वो ऐसी एक स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं आएगी, देन इट वुड बी हैपेजर्ड. वो इस तरीके का ग्राफ मिलेगा. यानी जब आपका एक्सेलरेशन स्पीड इज नॉट चेंजिंग कंसिस्टेंटली, तो दैट ग्राफ कुड लुक लाइक दिस, कभी ऊपर कभी नीचे, कभी दाएं कभी बाएं, उस टाइप से. इसमें कभी इंक्रीज कर रही है, कभी डिक्रीज कर रही है, फिर इंक्रीज कर रही है, फिर डिक्रीज कर रही है, फिर इंक्रीज कर रही है, फिर डिक्रीज कर रही है. यहां पे इंक्रीज कर रही है बराबर 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 बराबर. I could not hear you proper. Somewhat, yeah. Please go ahead. Non-uniform acceleration. Here it is positive change, तो ये positive acceleration हो रहा है, यहाँ पे negative हो रहा है, यहाँ पे positive हो रहा है, यहाँ पे negative हो रहा है, यहाँ पे positive हो रहा है, यहाँ पे negative, क्योंकि velocity अगर increase कर रही है time से तो हमेशा upward rising is a positive acceleration, हमने इस बारे में बात किया है, और जब भी वो downward falling line होगी तो that would be a negative acceleration. तो ये एक केस था positive acceleration का, यानी आपने पैडल पे प्रेस कर दिया एंड योर स्पीड वेंट अप लाइक दैट. या इवन इन द केस ऑफ, बाय द वे, दिस आल्सो रिप्रेजेंट, जैसे हमने अभी स्टोन थ्रो की बात करी थी, उसकी भी अगर स्पीड अगर कोई तरीके से मेजर की जा सकती होती तो उस स्पीड विद टाइम का मेजरमेंट वुड आल्सो लुक लाइक दिस. हमने वहां पे जो ऐसा कर्व बनाया था ऊपर को पैराबोलिक, that was for distance and time. This is the graph for the velocity and time of the same thing. यानी जब आप ऑब्जेक्ट को ऐसे ड्रॉप कर देते हो तो उसकी जो स्पीड है टाइम के साथ बिल्कुल उसका जो ग्राफ होगा बिल्कुल इसी तरीके का बनेगा. The only difference could be that when you're dropping it उसकी स्पीड 0 होगी, तो यहाँ पे ये जो 20 है उसकी जगह पे it would start somewhere from the bottom. वो कुछ यहां से शुरू होगा ऐसे. मेक सेंस? या अगर आपने सपोज ऐसे स्टोन फेंक दिया तो देन जो इनिशियल स्पीड से आपने फेंका इट कुड बी 20, और फिर उस केस में भी ऐसा ही वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ आएगा. द वेलोसिटी in fact it would not be upward rising because जब आप स्टोन को फेंकोगे ऊपर तो उसकी स्पीड ज्यादा नहीं होती है, it actually comes down. तो उस केस में ग्राफ would be a negative acceleration graph which would be जिस स्पीड से आपने फेंका है that would be your v initial, और जब वो नीचे negative acceleration है तो it would be a downward facing graph. और ये जो कट करेगा कहीं पे इट वुड एक्चुअली रिप्रेजेंट द पॉइंट वेयर इट रीचेस द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट. जब आपने स्टोन को फेंका था तो यू रिमेंबर इट रीच्ड अ हाईएस्ट पॉइंट. तो जब हाईएस्ट पॉइंट पर जाता है तो उसके ऊपर नहीं जा सकता, यानी उसमें कुछ भी स्पीड नहीं है टू राइज फर्दर अप. दैट इज द पॉइंट वेयर द स्पीड ऑफ दिस ऑब्जेक्ट वुड बी 0. And this is a negative acceleration because the speed is decreasing with time. तो आपको इतना समझ में आना चाहिए कि जब अपवर्ड राइजिंग होती है दैट्स पॉजिटिव एक्सेलरेशन क्योंकि स्पीड इंक्रीज कर रही है. अगर डाउनवर्ड फॉलिंग लाइन है इन द केस ऑफ स्पीड टाइम दैट इज अ नेगेटिव एक्सेलरेशन बिकॉज योर स्पीड इज एक्चुअली बीइंग रिड्यूस्ड. क्योंकि जब आप स्टोन फेंकोगे तो कभी भी आप देखना एक पॉइंट पे जाके ऑलमोस्ट वो फिर उसके बाद ऊपर नहीं जाता, फिर नीचे ही वापस आएगा. इट वोंट गो फॉर एवर. तो दैट इज अ केस लाइक दिस. या दिस कुड ऑल्सो बी जैसे आपने गाड़ी चला रहे हो, यू आर गोइंग एट ए स्पीड बट सामने एक गाय आ जाती है एंड यू हैव सफिशिएंट डिस्टेंस, तो यू पुट द पैडल, ब्रेक लगाते हो, और वो ब्रेक से आपकी स्पीड कम होते जाती है एंड यू hit a speed of 0 after some time. या तो ये इसको नेगेटिव एक्सेलरेशन या डिसेलरेशन भी बोल देते हैं, इसको एक्सेलरेशन बोलते हैं, अपवर्ड इंक्रीजिंग. सो आज मेरा ऑब्जेक्टिव ये था कि आपको ग्राफ्स के बारे में बताऊं, एंड दिस वाज फॉर नॉन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन. एंड एज यू गॉट इट, लाइक जब ऐसा और ऐसा का मिला के बनेगा तो ग्राफ कुछ ऊपर नीचे ही बनेगा. So when you have positive acceleration, negative acceleration, the graph would be more like this, and it is called as non-uniform because एक जैसा नहीं हो रहा है तो वो यूनिफॉर्म नहीं कह सकते. Make sense? कोई डाउट्स, कोई क्वेश्चंस? आई थिंक व्हाट यू कैन ट्राई नाउ इज जो ग्राफ रिलेटेड और क्वेश्चंस भी हैं इसके अंदर, दैट ऑल यू कैन ट्राई. इनफैक्ट ग्राफ रिलेटेड सारे क्वेश्चंस यू शुड बी एबल टू ट्राई एट दिस पॉइंट, है ना. और इसके अंदर आई मीन जैसे एक्सेलरेशन निकालने के लिए आपको मैंने बता दिया था कि आप एक्सेलरेशन निकाल सकते हो इससे बाय द स्लोप. ऐसे जैसे डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ में स्लोप से आपको स्पीड पता चल जाती है. तो ये कुछ पॉइंट्स भी आपको इसमें क्वेश्चंस में दिए जा सकते हैं. सो यू कुड बी गिवन अ ग्राफ लाइक दैट, यू नो, फाइंड द एक्सेलरेशन, क्वेश्चन स्ट्रेट अवे, whether it is a positive acceleration or it's a negative acceleration, find a reason to give a reason to support your answer. So something like that, you know, give a practical example of this kind of situation in real life. So all of it should be clear and evident and we should be able to address. हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग अगर इसकी अच्छी है तो ठीक है. All right then, I'll take a leave. We'll end the class today here itself. Okay. Yep, bye.